Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this bullshit. Now, last time we left off in this bookstore where we convinced the owner to let us explore her haunted house. Is this place actually haunted? I have no fucking clue. But that's what we're here to find out today. To find out if it's actually haunted, question mark? Like, I genuinely don't know what's happening in terms of, like, this story. But, this is for containers. Lock containers. Is there a difference between them? There's, like, wires, I'm assuming. And this is to pry open. Okay. A whole bunch of task shit. As you can see, there's a lot of random ass tasks that I found throughout the day last time we were playing. I don't know how in the fuck I'm supposed to do all this, I'll be honest. Like, it's just so much shit. But this one's really funny. This one, they want me to go talk to the owner of the cafe and just tell him how it is. Just confront him. Tell him what's wrong with you. This is how you do it. And that's really funny. But let's go ahead and go backstage.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room.
And see what's behind door number one.
A lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Seminese wards. Your shadow looming over it like an omen.
So my question is, should I just turn off the fucking auto reader, or should I leave it on for sake of they voice act the entire game and it'd be fucked up to turn it off? I'm gonna leave it on for that simple fact that someone spent a fuck ton of time on it, and I have no reason to take that away from them. Really gonna own the haircut threatens your masculinity. Me. Let's talk to Kim before we go inside.
Yes?
What do you think about all this, Kim? Oh. Why did the Sylvie suicide jokes? I think you should know that I can't remember and I want to talk to you. Oh, he doesn't have any comments on what we're doing right now? Let's see what this does.
You pick over what's left of your frontal cortex, but no compelling explanations emerge.
I have to put into Inland Empire, because this one is funny. Convince Kim there's a sexy dark mystery twist in the case. That's just hilarious. Alright, Kim has no comments on what we're doing, so let's go behind door number 2 this time.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
What is this? Break down the door? Relax, we have the key.
After exerting some force, you manage to turn the key. It's eerily silent. The door slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air into the room.
Nah, Kim, I got this one. Uh-oh. It's an exercise room. Oh, Kim has something to say.
What is this place?
The lieutenant stares at dusty training equipment. It's another world, beyond the veil. Looks like a gym.
Yes, but no one's been here in ages.
He draws a stripe on the dusty floor with his foot.
The electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us.
Thanks,
An
man.
eerie feeling rises in your chest.
What if there's a reason?
Yes, because it's closed.
True.
No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do. Now let's move on, shall we?
I suppose so. Let's look around. What's this? Sanitary perfume punch bag. That makes so much sense. What's this on the wall? The poster says C'est tout fortis. The rest is worn off. A ball? Give me that shit. Shot put. Ah, the shit where they spin around and throw. What about the dumbbell press? That's not a dumbbell. That's a barbell. Yeah, that's what I meant.
The
color is worn off its weight plates. Am I gonna try and pick it up?
It's 60 kilograms.
Of course
Your
I am.
triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard. Why does it feel so familiar?
Is this familiar because I'm a weightlifter? Uh-oh. 17% because of how little my masculinity is? Fuck.
No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. Then the feeling is gone.
I used to be a
It's
wrestler?
just a memory.
That is how memories work,
A
correct.
memory from another life. When you were young and fit.
How sad.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then. It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
I got this. Hit. Uh-oh. I didn't hit. I didn't hit. No, wait, don't do it. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna pull everything. Yep. I just killed myself. How did that do so
You
much
managed to hoist
damage?
it off the ground, but the barbell feels wobbly and dangerous. Your hands slick with sweat.
I'm also wearing gloves.
Turns out you're no beast, just an old man with bad form.
Okay, relax.
See? See? This place is cursed.
Fuck you, you stupid barbell. Oh, it acknowledges that I'm wearing gloves. That's funny. Weightlifting is for the intellectually impaired anyways. I'm not saying that. I lift weights. Fuck you,
Weightlifting was
stupid
never my
barbell.
favorite
Oh.
either. At the station gym, I mean. I prefer running. It clears your head.
Oh shit, I didn't mean to ruin my morale. I really hope I find... Let me save, actually. Can I load a game? When's the last time this shit was saved? 102? Wait, was that... Oh shit, I haven't had an autosave since the 18th of March, which is several days ago. Let me save real quick, just to make sure I don't fucking go insane. That'd be really fucked up. Always blocked by old window panes and debris. Okay. Found another room. What's in here? A large demijohn full of strange liquid. Cool. Wild animals stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. I wish I was stuffed. What? What is this? Airship rotors covered in spider webs that remind you of blades. Good. What is that? A naked mannequin torso? Ooh, money. Damn, $3 is kind of insane. That just doubled my money. Blue velvet, soft to the touch. Oh my god, more money? This is crazy. I'm fucking rich. Steel rotor blades bearing a slipstream logo. The fuck is that noise? What is that? Production schedule? Firmament theory? What? A ball used for playing shot put. Favorite pastime of elderly gentlemen. And make good use of it. To sell such a beautiful old school sports equipment would be a sin, but it's $13. The cube-like crisscross of filaments feels oddly fragile in your hand. Silver tape on the side reads production schedule. Note: this filament contains information that can be read using a radio computer. Ah, interesting. Definitely don't want to sell that because that just seems like free information. I got the
An
photo.
intricate web of blue lines. It still kind of looks like a map of the stars in the night sky. But something's not right. Gone. For you to discover. You've gotten as far as you will with someone who knows about history could tell you.
History. I heard. Skis with slipstream put it on the laminated
Looks
top
like
layer.
someone tried to reconceptualize their business here.
Reconceptualize their business.
Look, the skis and rotor blades both bear the same slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out making one, failed to turn a profit, and then pivoted to producing the other. That's a good question.
How sad.
Reality is ruthless.
True. Does having these thoughts like make me mentally stronger or something? Or are they just literally only for fun? If they're only for fun, that's kind of lame. More money, please?
This
Please.
appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside. We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open. It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected. The filament you have would fit perfectly inside the compartment. Like a smooth drawer, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking. A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. Have you stirred the ghost of the doomed commercial area from its rest? Could this be its dismembered heart beginning to flutter? The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule? The filament you have inserted into the reader. Yes. Is that the production schedule?
I believe that is what it was. If I'm not wrong. Can I check that? I can't check my inventory. I think so.
If you are unsure, could you please take a look? Open the hatch on the compartment. Don't touch the wires. A current is running through it, but the core is safe. There's a filament. Good. Please repeat the password.
Password? Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved.
What's the best line here? I could just be like police and then she just completely gives up on this, which I feel like is a stupid move. Being honest and saying I don't know the password probably makes her get more angry. Or I could just say, give me a hint. This one seems like the most obvious option. I'm really bad at passwords. Can you give me a hint? This might just piss her off. Oh, it's Slipstream, isn't it? Let's go with 4. Nah, 1.
No.
A hint
Okay.
system is not part of the protocol for repeater stations.
Fair enough.
Still no.
Not my birthday.
Received. I will register this login attempt.
Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently using has been registered to. One moment. Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what the catalog says.
That's not bad.
Wow, so conceptual.
Any other questions? Yes, I am alive. I am 74 years old and my name is Yvonne.
Hello, Yvonne.
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
The lieutenant whispers into your ear. She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid. What does that mean, Kim? Um,
I work as a repeater at the East Insulindian repeater station. It's my job to know where you are, Fortress Accident. As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded by a wall of radios. Now, please tell me if there's anything else I can do, Fortress Accident.
what is Kim trying to say here? The lieutenant whispers into your ear. She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid. Oh, like her job is to just take in passwords. That makes sense. Alright, well,
Thank you, and goodbye.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard. Nothing happens.
we're gonna leave that filament in for now. Let's look at these maps, see what they got. What's going on
Your
here?
flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Interesting.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of Welkins. You make out autumnal candle Welkins casting wax-based magic.
I don't know what that
Translucent
means.
Welkins with organs shining under their skin, and even ether Welkins hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? You should adopt one of those Wilkins as your persona. No longer a mere man, but a Welkin.
That's gonna be one of my
the
things, isn't it?
Welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
This is important.
It's Vara Hamira,
What
a
the hell?
high Welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-Welkin races will be purged.
Holy shit, he just liked me for a Project Dread? Where have I heard that before?
The Haldor, the Tuareg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin, Green Welkin, Dread Welkin, and the High Welkin to rule them all.
Okay.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little Welkin creatures.
Why would anyone spend so much time on
Some
this?
people really like building a world, I think, even if it's just for a game.
True. Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? I have so many
This looks
questions.
like concept art for a project. It's not really real.
One of them is a Welcome supremacist.
Political commentary. That one has a great beard too.
Let's move
Just
on.
look at those details. So much effort.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
The photo
Let's look at the
collage
photos.
depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world.
True.
The pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario, a desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun." This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money. Minimi stands for a mini-meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN. Station 41 tried to implement it a few years ago, but failed. As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The book
Looks like they didn't make it.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details." The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: "Call in, tune out," "Wirral untethered," and "Heat death of the universe." This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. The whole thing resembles Cadran mosaic tiles. Very pedantic. History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun. Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic. Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced. You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants. Someone very important, the leader of a massive on-air game built by these people. A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency. Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
True.
The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone.
Interesting. No word of the password yet. Does the most advanced RPG in the universe. Yeah, evidently. What do you have to say, Kim?
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
Looks like an undercover counterintelligence program. I feel like that's kind of... Wait. The only question is, what the hell are they making? I could act like this is bigger than what it is. The whole...
Yes, that is the question. It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
Through call-in stations, none of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the Game Master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
His fascination has swept aside other concerns for the moment. He's a little hooked.
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Not in Revachol West, among the ruins.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an inter-isolary game before. We just don't have the technology. Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with heat death thrown in.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard. Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but... Yes, especially in here. Okay, Let's keep moving.
Alright, leveled up. That's cool. We're gonna leave that alone for now. Let's see what's in the closet. Oh, that leads outside? Oh shit, no, never mind. Go back inside. No, don't talk to Kim. No, don't talk to Kim. Go inside. Because we're not done here yet. We need to find that goddamn password. And I mean today. This leads outside as well, I'm assuming? What is this?
Yes?
I didn't say anything about you, whore. I want to see this. Shoes in a puddle of melting snow. What is that? Postcard La Delta C. What does that do? Sometimes made this postcard almost completely sepia tone. Midtown traffic passes overhead. Postcard is prepaid. Interesting. Yeah, I do have a level up available, but again, I don't think I'm willing to upgrade anything just yet. Just because I don't know what I really need. What does this lead to outside?
An iron safety curtain curves before your eyes, folded like a bellows. It covers half the room, blocking the way into a colossal industrial chimney. This must be where the entity lives. What an odd thing to do. Nothing happens. Still nothing. No one's home. Those curtains prove to be surprisingly sturdy. Your fist hurts now.
Motherfucker.
If this is really an entrance to the chimney, then there must be a furnace somewhere as well. Maybe there's another way to get in.
Can you please try to refrain from attacking random things? Why do you think there's something on the other side, necessarily? In any case, there's no way we can get in right now. Let's investigate further.
Fine, Kim. We'll do what you said. So far, nothing resembling a password of any kind. There's nothing else to interact with over here. So I suppose we can leave this alone for now. I don't think this board gave us anything new, right? But
Your flashlight, some of the writing has...
okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure. Let's go check out outside now, see what we have out here. Oh, this isn't outside, is it? Oh, I got magnesium. I'll just take that now. For the sake of not Owen House in from the coal chute above. Is that a bear? Oh, that's terrifying. Let me not go near that just yet.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney. No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above.
What are you doing? Wait, really? Maybe it's coming from behind those safety curtains we saw upstairs.
I feel like this is stupid.
You're right. The rooms do look like they're connected. But malignant...
Always has to be the skeptic, this man. A lush layer of coal now covers your skin. Maybe you could paint something with this coal. Leave a cave painting for future archaeologists. No, that would be stupid.
Okay, I did a quick save.
A thick layer
I'm gonna
of
yell
coal
and see
dust
what happens.
covers the furnace. Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then,
Hello?
you've awakened the entity.
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor. I'll open it.
You hear a low rumble upstairs, the sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
After you, officer.
Nice. Well, that worked out very well in my favor. Hello, Mr. Bear. Two rusty rifles are hidden above the pipe and they look inoperable. Someone has stuck some busted guns beneath the ceiling.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache. There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away. Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest, but one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
Nice.
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
He likes this find.
I like making him like me, because I like him. Ooh, I can sell it. A broken bell Margrave from ages past. A 4-shot bolt-action military rifle with a wooden frame. I'm sure I'll find a collector that likes it and I'll be able to use it as a bargaining chip to win something off of them. Is my guess, at least. So that curtain door's open. That bear's still there that I need to talk to. What's over here? What is this? A generator? Let's ignore that for now. Ooh, free shit. I got a healing item and money.
2 cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads off into the darkness, while the black one seems to be feeding a buzzing little fridge-like thing in the corner.
Don't rip the red one out. You'll awaken the ghosts.
How about we don't touch either of them, eh? Just leave that alone for now. Insane mesh tank top. What the fuck does that mean? +1 clinically insane. Wear it at your own risks. Wait, what is... Why is that a bad thing? Also, what do I have now? +1 conceptualization? I think I'd rather just have +1 drama. And I don't have to ruin my conceptualization either. My savoir-faire is ruined, though, from my goddamn clothes. But it's okay. I really hope that they don't mean the critically insane thing seriously. Frozen ice cream maker that's still running. So we're not gonna mess with the electricity. Is this leading upstairs? Oh, this is leading outside. Oh shit, no, let me go back inside. Wait, is that... This is the front, right? Oh, there's the front, we're back where the hotel is. Interesting. I'm not gonna touch that. I kinda wanna touch that. We're quick saving.
Two cable.
Don't rip the red one out. You'll awaken the ghosts.
Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Why did you do that?
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board, an electric sizzle. The room is slightly quietened. Somewhere in the dark, somewhere a machine hums along with the current, happy and contented.
Okay, I just mess with the breaker for fun. But it says something about a machine animal. Is it this?
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy? The lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes are glued to the animal. A sharp slice of light shines out from its mysterious belly door. A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a logo. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Of course, just a giant ice bear-shaped fridge. Let's take a look inside.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge. You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door. A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge.
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge. I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic.
Let me go save them their bill.
Two cables are plugged, an electric sizzle. The room is slightly quieter now. Something close to you dies with a soft
Why did you do that?
The lieutenant raises his brows. Somewhere in the dark, an electric sizzle. Somewhere, a machine hums along. Something close.
Why did you do that?
The lieutenant raises his brows, but does. The bear's eyes are dead and empty. Ice inside the fridge slowly melting. The power has been cut off.
Get fucked, Ice Bear. Alright, now that he got taken care of, let's go talk to the folks from earlier through the shutter door. Now that they opened it. Yellow. Hey, pal.
Hello, I'm Nia.
Hello, Nia. Brother woman sits on a throne of tools with emerald light shining through her
Did
hair.
you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Milius. So what kind of dye are you looking for?
Could this
Die,
be
eh?
a malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now. She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the Legion.
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these. Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking. Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind? I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's...
Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
Very good. My rate is 10 real per set. Unless you want something really unusual. Take a look around and see if there's any particular stone you want to use.
It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the... No falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide. Ask what you need.
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition.
True.
Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dyes out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there. Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
Some
Oh.
of those nice people have big bucks to spend on novelty items.
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
Creative.
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true. It's just capitalism. We only hear about tales of success, so it's often surprising to realize how many ventures actually fail.
True.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energy spared her somehow? Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in racks? Some people say it's part of the building complex. And then there is me. I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious...
Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
What, so the curse only affects people with poor work?
Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
Exactly. Truth is always so disappointed. I'm glad we got this sorted out.
That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and truthful, as far as we can see.
Nothing really.
The lieutenant looks at his notebook.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't...
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window. Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately...
She's heard of the murder, but did not see it, sire.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid. I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection. It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone. It's an odd profession, making dice for people, but I like it. And I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
Shivers? The fuck is shivers? Raise the hair on your neck, tune into the city. City lovers, the wise of the street wise, are genuinely supernatural.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Oh, quite a lot of them spring to mind.
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word.
A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't bad.
I guess it just wasn't the time yet. It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's boxing club, a community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime. A kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back. Kuno. Who's Kuno? Oh yes, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth? Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard. I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid. It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
You should have known it. It's not really full of that. No one would store their drugs like that.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since. Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milias.
What's the snuff milieu?
What the fuck? My encyclopedia doesn't know what a snuff milieu is?
Cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own. It's a Sub Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Some people pay good money to get off on it.
Nothing changes in her tone as she says that. As if it's just another piece of information to lay out for the world. What does she mean to get off on it?
Jerk off?
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-roses. This isn't our problem.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators. You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs.
He just like
But
me.
what drugs exactly?
He got high on some weird taxidermy chemicals. I wouldn't recommend it to any.
Even you can probably do better than that.
There
True.
used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years until the
Insect rights.
activists came. Yeah, the atelier didn't know it either. They produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wing. And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection. Actually, insects do have brains, but yes, I understand what you're saying. I think the protesters took it a little too far.
As she shifts around, you notice several dead flies on the windowsill in front of her. Legs up. They're not moving.
Anything else? They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money. Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tumutiri or Hashtkor or wherever he is. The usual, I imagine. But he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them just as soon as...
Men like that are a curse.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47. I have no idea why those skis and blades are still lying around.
They were just props. Why return them?
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio. They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wirral. They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal. The usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the... Well, I did hear them talking at times. They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
She sounds almost mocking when she says that.
Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower.
Showing up to work on time is hard. No, scratch that. Showing up to work at all is difficult, especially if you've been drinking.
Not the wisest decision. You would have lost all your savings.
The dice is black and filled with little silvery flakes, like snowfall.
Anything else? Oh boy, the fabled Revershow ICT. You're in for a treat here. The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing.
Indeed. What were the other ideas?
There was really just one, and it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you.
Fritte does the same thing.
Employing silky teenage girls is a widespread practice, yes. Unfortunately, they always come in packs. I'm talking about... And they already had the bear. The bear. Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either. Eventually, Revershow ICT lost the price war to its rival, Glacé 5000. Glacé 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges. You did what?
I had to kill the bear to become the bear.
I can see. The taxidermist who made it said it was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. He called it Megatherion.
Sounds cool.
Megatherion, a mega wild beast. It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life by telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
Oh my god, that beast is me.
A wise and noble beast, guiding you toward the land where the streets are paved with drugs.
Understandable. You shouldn't do them. You're a police officer after all.
Naturally, of course.
Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire. Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps?
Yes.
Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine.
The doorbell with the empty name card must belong to her then.
That's right. I haven't even written my name there. As I said, it's quite useless right now. It doesn't work yet. Sure, I'm listening. I'm pretty sure it still doesn't work. Sure, I'm listening. Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
Uh-oh.
You feel nothing. If anything, it's uncomfortably warm in here.
Take off your clothes.
She has begun to idly clean one of her carving tools with a dirty kerchief. The tool's sharp edge shining in the light of her desk lamp.
Okay, we're gonna quick save again. Like the little save scumming shitter we are. We're going to go ahead and pop. No. Okay, well it's a good thing we just quick saved. We're gonna load the quick save real quick. Quick save one more time. Then we're going to pop Shivers for the one time and see where that puts us at in terms of chance.
Oh, it's you again.
Pop it.
Aside from getting naked, you're not sure what else to do. The building holds no more answers for you.
Okay, fair enough. Now that we wasted our time with that, load game, load quick save real quick. There you go, and that keeps my points. Cool. Let's see if she wants to let me buy dye. I only have $10,
again.
but
Of course. Tell me what you have in mind. How about an amber dye? Who told you amber was cheap? It's beautiful. Read. For 7 real, I'll craft you a 13-sided die from piece of amber with a fossilized insect. It's perfect for those who can't seem to let go of their past. I had a feeling. Great. See you in 8 hours then. Was there anything else?
No. I ordered my
I'm
dye.
listening.
I asked all my questions.
Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
Only thing I was hoping for is that you'd have a password for me, but that's obviously not true. Now what then?
Tiles on the cube are still. The speaker comes.
Good afternoon, Doctor. Please repeat. Good. Please repeat the password. I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder for trust.
I'm afraid we are not doing that.
Now, can you please repeat the password? Received.
Don't worry.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Thank you.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a. The filament slides out of its glowing nest.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't see anywhere else we'd be able to get the password aside from old girl. But maybe now that I have this in my inventory, she'll react to it? Interior.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a dye? I'm listening. Fortress accident. They were an interesting bunch. We thought they certainly took the usual. Well, they seemed.
She sounds almost mocking when she says.
That's what I thought. Because when the money started to run out, they just become. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't.
Showing up to work on time is hard.
Still, not everyone is going to make it. That's the nature of the game.
The dice is black.
Anything else?
Okay, yeah, I guess this lady's
Good.
just not gonna
I hope
give
it
me
clarified things a bit.
the password.
Wow, you work hard.
I do?
Oh, yes. You hustle. You're a provider. It's tough out there, but you keep it real and provide.
What hard work do
Look
I
at
do?
yourself. You're a human pedometer. You must have walked 200,000. That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh and people are evil. You didn't make it that way, and you won't let it break you. You ride.
Fuck yeah, I ride until I die,
That's
bitch.
just what it's like. Life and death. But you got gills on your side, baby. Got those black papers with the faces of the innocents on them. You bring in the Franco Negros and the Solas.
Hell
it ain't
yeah.
easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop, and a sprinter, and a money printer.
Hell yeah.
Sure, sure. And has it been easy?
Of course
Is
not.
life easy?
Naturally.
Have you not gone into cardiac arrest?
Every day.
Are you not about to have an anxiety attack or shoot yourself?
Sure am.
But you still hustle 24/7.
On blood.
Away. Now, ask yourself, are you rich?
I wouldn't say all that. Hell
Get
yeah.
out of here. You're a pauper. You work harder than anyone. Almost rode yourself to the grave, and you're still practically a hobo. Why is that?
Fucking taxes,
That's
bro.
right. 100%. Fucking G-Man's got his jam-covered sticky fingers in your pocket, stealing from you every time you buy, sell, walk, talk, fart, so much as sneeze.
On
Your tax
blood.
is almost non-existent in the Gotham estate. That is Revachol. Every time you wipe your ass, they got their direct.
I'ma just ignore myself.
Taxation, sales tax, excise duty, extraction tax, alimony. One tax that doesn't even have a 98% of all your money.
On fucking God. I'm a free market fundamentalist now. Opt in. Opt out. Is the free market good? Isn't it bad? Isn't it like objectively bad? Oh shit. Should I opt in? Fuck
Here
yeah.
you go, hustler. Fight the righteous fight. Free the people. Keep it real. Keep it street. Keep foaming at the mouth furiously on the tax issue.
Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. You don't gotta tell me twice. Let's see what this does. -2 empathy? Why would I want that? Alright, I guess I'm gonna have -2 empathy for now. That's fine, we'll be fine. We don't need empathy. And if we do need empathy, I'll just level the fuck up. Where's empathy at? It's down here, right? Yeah, that's just at 1. That's crazy. Alright, I guess we can go ahead and get the fuck out of here and go back to Dumb Bitch and let her know that she's just fucked, basically. Hey, I'm back.
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. What's in there? In that dark sarcophagus? Yes, yes. How was it?
Tell her how ghastly it was. You know it's what she wants to hear.
I knew it. Oh, such horror. But what else did you find? Did anything survive? No, of course not. Have you located the entity? A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep. I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom?
The narrative she's built herself, it does need tearing down. Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her.
Just don't say you don't have any
To hell
answer
with
yet.
it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire.
Oh fuck, you're giving me too many options. I'm scared. I just feel like telling her fuck off. It's just capitalism, baby. Mwah.
A third order presence? Yes, I've heard of these triactors. In certain occult literature, that's too dark to dwell on for too long. I understand everything, sir. Thank you for your descending into the maelstrom. I will keep fort up here, strengthen the wards, do my best. And if you happen upon the third entity in your travels, may the Lord be with you.
Well, this has been absolutely educational. If we happen on the third presence in our travels, we will certainly come back to tell you.
Yes, the venture continues. In other waters. Darker waters.
Should we get out of here? Before the vortex collapses?
Yes, we should, Kim. Good fucking idea. Oh, I wanted to go talk to Anna. What's her name? Old girl. Maybe she has something new to say. After I, you know, saved her mom or whatever.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
Oh, her name's Annette. Never mind. She has nothing new to say. And I have 2 level ups. Am I only allowed to have 1 at a time? Because I feel like that right there means only 1. So, I mean 2. So I'll just upgrade empathy just for the sake that it's low right now. And that might save me for later. And then I'll keep the other one in my pocket. Let's go ahead and save the game. Just because we've done a lot, and I don't feel like potentially randomly losing that. And let's explore the rest. Oh, what was that? But without actual erotica. You know, I don't know what that means, sir. What is this? It's going up ready to view and banged up, inoperable. Oh, ain't that just lame? Oh, hey fellas.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, alright?
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. Ask questions never.
True.
That's the spirit. Don't even waste your breath asking about the game. They wouldn't know anyway. They're way past their prime.
No way, I don't hit.
This felt wrong. Wrong like touching your sister's breast. You threw your sister's breast.
Mon Dieu! Good job, officer. That was an excellent throw.
There are no 2 more harmful words an athlete can hear than good job. And this was downright embarrassing.
What are you talking about? You just executed a pretty much perfect pétanque throw.
How are you ever going to get the officer's shit off your nose, Gaston? Or even climb out of his ass? Probably because those rooster pants are squeezing you senseless. Whatever happened to practical?
Yes, officer. What do we need from this gentleman?
I actually want to see what happens if you succeed. Actually, let me try the quick time event one more time and see if it's like predetermined.
These manly men, that's the spirit. Don't even waste
It's
your
not
breath
predetermined.
asking about the game.
Cool.
They wouldn't know anyway. They're way past their prime. You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work. God, this is right. You feel the familiar tremble of excitement and adrenaline that precedes every victory. Time has frozen.
What the fuck?
The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it, probably a sponsored ball. Yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of victory. Already your muscles are adjusting to the weight, the nervous system calibrating, until you and the ball have merged into a single entity. The man ball is ready. A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind, everything fades until the only thing left is the union of man and ball. An embodiment of pure motion, a fine-tuned locomotor running at maximum efficiency. Some would still say you're a cop, but I guess we're beyond that now.
Merde! Bordel de merde!
A whorehouse of shit? It wasn't whorehouse of shit. The shot was at least 23 meters, probably 24, and then some. Nothing to be embarrassed about.
What the hell is your problem? I don't care if you are a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful. You vandalized our game, son. You can't play pétanque with 5 pool. No, no you don't. Our pétanque...
Take it easy, René. This is just a
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You owe us a goddamn bull. Will this... No, it will goddamn not.
Thank you, officer. This is really something. Honestly, I think it's better than our old bull, even.
Mon Dieu.
Yes, why did you come here? It's unlikely they know anything about the murder.
Well, that was fun.
Have you no shame?
René,
I'm trapped.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. That's the spirit.
See? Your man... I hope...
Trying to shush. Ignore them. They don't know what they're doing. Eyes on the ball, Dinky Winky. This felt...
Mon Dieu!
There are no two more harmful words an athlete can hear than your muscle memory knew what to do and went for it. But it felt like you were going for a thrust or a lunge. There was definitely gonna be jumping. Maybe you scored a point. These manly men are playing balls. That's the spirit.
I hope...
Trying, sure. Doesn't matter what team. Eyes on the ball, Dinky Winky.
Dinky Winky.
This felt.
Mon Dieu,
There are no two more harmful.
what are you?
How are you ever going to get the officer's shit off your nose, Gaston? Or even climb out of his ass? Probably because those rooster pants are squeezing you sense.
Yes, officer. What do we need from this gentleman?
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law in Martinez. The union is the law, so can you really blame them? Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order.
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
What about these women?
I'm confident they are indispensable in regard to all the paperwork and other administrative duties. No man can afford to turn his eyes to the horizon if his rear isn't secured. If the women folk take care of that, then men can tackle the bigger issues.
The RCM doesn't discriminate. Women are held to the same standards as men, and as reflected in the quarterly statistics, are equally effective in their job. Unlike men, they also have to deal with the very same mentality you two are displaying right now. If it weren't for this, they would outperform us.
I'm glad at least some people keep a level head in these turbulent times. Yes, the terrain here provides an I do. Fire from heavy artillery. Why what? Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home. Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't so, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but...
It was probably a bit more complicated than that.
Because this place is a damn beachhead. Had to soften the commies up first. Yes, the military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol. Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta. This here is Blood Ground, where coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we're playing pétanque on their mangled corpses.
Blood ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
Damn right, son. They laid the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it. And the rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now the Union Socialists are practically...
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job. Official...
You don't even begin to truly understand the players at the table, let alone the specific circum...
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
I'm sorry it had to be them. After 8 years of fighting those hyenas, I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned through Revachol. Or even if that damn clan Frisell. Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music. This is just what the commies wanted. This was the plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with. A true king in both blood and mind led Revachol before Frisell. He would have been better.
Some manner of self-deceit is present in his thinking. Sounds like this Guillaume abandoned him, and he doesn't want to admit it.
Damn Frisell. He was the king we couldn't protect. The Carabineers failed him, and the crown. He died in the hands of the Hyperlay, in a very public execution. The suzerain is the king! Has everyone forgotten already? They forgot. It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's borders when it happened. When we took our last stand against the filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire. Ah, yes! King Philip.
Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury.
Cocaine? Cocainum? Sounds like our kind of king.
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king. Someone who knows how to rule. Decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is something the insurgents never understood. Revachol would be a different place if more people realized.
Don't get started on that again. What happened, happened.
The Carabinier doesn't reply, but his entire being communicates.
Oh, old Philip was a big fan of the purple-nosed candy the nobility loved so much. A cocaine connoisseur of sorts.
You can't even take the responsibility for yourself. How could you fathom? That's why the Philippian kings use cocaine. For clarity of vision. To aid in their work. Regnum cocainum. Revachol's finest years.
I'm satisfied with this explanation.
I'm so glad you are.
Of course. Clarity of vision. Awareness.
Philippe III was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. The court medic administered a dose to his mother when she was in labor.
Higher realms. He's just making excuses for the king's habits, isn't he?
It's really not.
Yes, indeed. We're not here to investigate it.
Right.
Hey.
All you observe is a veteran refusing to let go.
This is the uniform of the Royal Carabiniers in service of Fissel I, Guillaume le Lion, and the valiant King Philip V.
Don't you mean?
You do not speak his name, Craven, although he was a clown. But he was our clown.
There's something you missed. You will get to it. Don't worry.
It's a Belle McGrave. 4.46 caliber. Breech loading. Revachol made. Good way. This one's inoperable. The bolt spring is missing and the mechanism is jammed shut. Still a beauty. Where did you find her? I'm not surprised. There are probably lots of forgotten wartime weapons lying around. As for the rifle, I don't know what else to tell you. These BM-446s are an antique. No one uses them anymore. The ammunition is impossible to find.
Son, you've really let yourself go. It's a disgrace. But Coach Physical Instrument is going to get you back in prime condition. Even if it takes 1,000,000 push-ups. It's going to take blood, sweat, piss, and tears. But when I'm done with you, boy, you will be a master athlete.
Yes, sir.
Behold, world. Here walks a sportsman, hands choked and hair kept back with a bandana. The Homo Athleticus.
Why I gotta be homo? Why I gotta be homo? Can I start 2 at the same time or just 1? Oh, I can start 2. -2 encyclopedia? Wait, but... I need him. I need him. It's cool.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps. The light pole has been carefully cut. This would make quite a statement in your living room.
Yes, officer. As you see, it's in perfect working order. It was brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property. You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
700 real. A bargain, I dare say. Hey, I don't know where it came from, but it's not every day you get to buy and sell something so extraordinary. 700 The light has undergone 3 transformations, and every transformation, well, there are the costs of removal and rewiring. The most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field.
Okay, that checks out.
700. There's also the matter of rewiring, but the most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary. If you don't mind, please put the
Photonic sensitivity is not generally acknowledged by the medical establishment.
No, this is my thing.
I do appreciate it. It's not often that I see officers from the arts. What can I do?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
Oh no, not at all. I guess I haven't had many customers lately.
Who are your customers?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal. People, as you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from. It keeps me entertained.
Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what? Okay, he definitely is high. Whatever it is, you've looking at his wares, talking to him, that might give you more clues.
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before. Oh God, the lieutenant shifts from one foot to another. Alert.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserved, and I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon. She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, truth be told.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it? You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force. We have to find out.
My apologies, officer, but
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
of course. I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have. I do my best to keep my distance from all manner.
He doesn't know anything.
The corpse behind the hostel, I assume. I don't have to ask around the harbour. There might...
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on...
Let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time, perhaps.
The boomboxes on the shelf look well-loved and well-traveled. One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber. This is you. Gold and orange. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
Is the Harman Welshie W2. Made in Vespa. Designed in Seoul. Plays all reel-to-reel. If police work means playing tapes, sure. You can use it for that, absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech. Found sounds and music from a variety of genres. Even though I don't really like music.
Try to find something pretty and cool here. Then use it to win her back. Yes. Buy something nice. A figurine. Big men on big horses, clad in lamella armor.
Franco-Nigerian knights. I used to be very serious about these guys.
A long, long time ago. They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps.
This is what the loyalists look like, yes, at first. Then they wised up and got camouflaged.
Which ones? Ah, royalist soldiers from the time of the revolution.
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive.
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are soldiers. I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win. Maybe.
Everything you pick out seems faded, chipped, and sad somehow. Most of them are...
Well, found out where we sold our fucking gun. But that doesn't necessarily help us in any real way. I'm going to equip my fucking flashlight back, man. Fingerless gloves. Yo, new clothes. This gives you plus electrochemistry. What does this give me? Plus interfacing. I think I'd rather have... No, I think interfacing's good. Yeah, I'll keep that for now. Oh, hello, sir.
Evening, officers.
Does he have a knife?
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them.
My friend Barry the Butcher is stuck on the other side of the waterlock. I'm keeping him company and eating his salami.
From the corner of your eye, you see a man in a yellow shirt and gray.
Very good stuff. Anything I can do for you, officer? I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh?
The words, dead.
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here. Especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then. Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed. Sure thing. Want some too, officer?
Why not?
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. This panel usually closes the waterlock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon butter sign. You pull the lever all the way up
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. A cold gust of wind blowing in. A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the water lock to get across the canal. Some other way. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
What day is it? I don't even know what day it is. It's Monday. Oh, in 2 days. I heard.
There's a pile of cheap sunglasses.
You like sunglasses, officer? I've got the latest styles right here.
These are all boring. Boring. Those UV stickers are almost certainly just there for the show. If anything, these
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, super material, very cool. UV resistant. These will definitely keep your eyes safe and cool while doing your dangerous police work.
No luck. All you find is this lime-colored cellophane vibe.
Oh, that visor is perfect for you, officer. It'll definitely keep the sun out of your eyes while you're shooting criminals. Bang, bang! And all for a mere 6 real.
I hope not.
You don't like it? Sure, Square Joe. No problem. Let's get you some real shades.
Abort. These are hidden.
Damn, officer! You look like a mega secret spy. Very secret.
They're perfect for concealing your bloodshot and baggy eyes.
No, you are definitely not buying those.
Are you sure? But they look so good on you. You should think this through, officer.
Coach, physical instrument.
Uh-oh.
Wait,
What does this do?
How did you know all those hammer throw techniques? How do you know how to hold a discus? Or the world youth record in discus? Something doesn't add up here. This mushy thing between your ears didn't know the name of the city you're in, but it comes loaded with trivia about the correct chin position of a shot-put ball. Could it be that? Shut up, namby-pamby. This train of thought ends abruptly. It's leg day. Straighten your rhombus muscle. It's shirts versus skins. Take your shirt off, Namby. Your skins.
+2 physical instrument is shirt slot empty. -1 encyclopedia. Well, that's just bad. But maybe it won't affect anything yet. Now we'll be fine, I think.
There are clothes and
Don't be shy.
save the economy. That sounds off.
Haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically conscious. Recycle your cash, keep it in circulation. Don't buy new things. Buy eco. Look around, officer. You see all these premium goods? Is this really the economy we want to leave to our children? I can't go extinct, officer. I've got kids to feed. Once an economy goes extinct, it may
You find your
economical but also trendy. Look firsthand.
something cold grazes.
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only $4.50 for you, sir.
I'm poor though.
You see two low.
I can see you've a taste for luxury of
A pair of
those.
only? That's madness. These one.
No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. The sneakers. These, officer? These speakers are Samaran gum.
Samaran trash. That sounds like they're from the Samaran People's Republic, produced under the dictator.
No way, officer! These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Low-fi socialist junk. Well, but see, they are the pedestal for my sneakers. If I let go of the speakers, if, on the other hand, you wanted to buy the sneakers too, I could maybe...
Damn, so you have to buy the sneakers first.
Interesting. I'm simply poor though. So we will not be doing any of that today. So nothing down here. I need to return on Wednesday, in order to accomplish anything there. This led to the people rioting, and I think that's it in that Grand Mall. Oh, I never finished going up the coast, I believe. Yeah, up here.
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible. The metal feels cold and wet under your palm.
Probably some kids.
A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. That's Kuno on the lens. Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast, studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts. Lanky, weather-worn wooden planks. You know this to be the Star of Pericanasis, or the Cairo. The central symbol of the Pericanassian church, a star, a great moral height. The church looks old and weather-worn. There are no lights in the windows. This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual says to insert why place a tourist attraction in the middle of such poverty.
There was a revitalization project in 49. A design studio tried restoring Martinez. They got as far as the street lamps and the statue on that intersection. Then something went sour. I suspect that something was Evrard Claire, the union leader. He muscled them out. It's how it usually goes around here. We should have done something about the Union 10 years ago. That ship has sailed.
Yo, I found a bag finally. Sick. I've been walking around without the bag for the longest amount of time.
This coin operates.
Yes?
Look at you. It's because you're a failure. They sent you to Slight, Precinct 57. Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late wearing piss-stained disco garb. You weren't sent here to win.
I've considered it. It would be immensely ugly of them, not to mention unprofessional. I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. And all this time we can't decide who gets Martinez? I think, yes, both stations would prefer a win. I am the finest of nothing. Safe? No. But you're old. You've made it this far. Something has brought you through. We've only just started working together. So no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. And even if they did, they are in for a surprise.
Let's go. Thanks, Kim. I appreciate that, pal. Oh, I have to equip the bag. Let's go. Give me my bottles. Now it's time to make money for real, for real.
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
%3 chance. I think, boys, we hit it.
You have no clue. It's just a wall.
Damn.
So many walls all over Martinez. Weather-worn, cracked, their paint peeling.
Maybe one day I'll be able to find out why I looked at that. But today's not that day. Hey, little whore.
Are you trying to sneak up on me? Come to slit my throat in my sleep?
Logic error. She is not sleeping right now.
Pigs come to take me out? Trying to snuff me out? Don't get fucking clever with me, trying to sneak up on me again? Trying to sneak up?
I got a hat. Feeling touchy, -1 rhetoric, bum brain. Oh. No, I don't think I want to mess with my smarts, though. Even though they're technically my best attribute.
There must be another way into the building.
Blue naval coat. What does that do? +1 suggestion, -1 half-light. What does half-light do? Does the body take control of the reddened people?
Hey, up here, Tigger.
+1 suggestion. Sure, let's wear it. Oh wait, but what did my original shirt do? Spray the core.
Yeah, you bet.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the door rattles against the door rattles again. But this
Stop banging on the door! I'm not letting any more strangers inside. Doesn't matter who I am. Now go on, get out. The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here. No, I already go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
backyard door. There must be a...
Madame, I assure you, we are...
There is no reply. The door...
Stop banging on the door. No, I already go check the backyard.
Backyard door. There must... A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach.
Good evening, officers. I'm Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM. I'm glad to see you here. I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group. What we do, I'm afraid I don't speak...
There was a touch of discomfort there. She wants to merely represent.
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking, and that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas.
The Wild Pines group is one of the original Revacholian Indo tribes. Companies awarded royal monopolies by the king, the suzerain himself, centuries ago. The king is long gone, but several of the Indo tribes remain. Son Baptiste, Elysium, an unknown entity known as Brightest.
Why, thank you. I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue. Yes, past a certain point, numbers begin to seem imaginary, but they are. A conglomerate the size of Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving and growing, it will die. Then what becomes of those 72,000 families? They started as an exploration and cargo. Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system, you mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo? There are no minor cogs in the system. Each terminal must be accounted for, lest the entire system break. Every hiccup in such a system means thousands lose their jobs. The world...
With your help, hopefully, says her warm tone.
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets. First, you'd have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Aliments that gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus. Good luck is only kept in place by the vested interests of half the civilized world.
What the ma'am means is that the Emergencies Act and the RC...
You'd be shooting yourself in the foot, in other words.
But I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike. I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild...
No way. She's more...
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiating. Now they won't even let me into the harbor. There's a 2-meter 20 racist behemoth blocking the gates. What can I say? The union employs a giant covered in tattoos. A racist giant. I guess that's part of their big tent organization. Let's say I was not making the kind...
And when did you?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do...
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions.
This isn't the first time the union has...
Heavens, no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime.
Ludicrous, even. It's meant.
Mr. Clare told him to... fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union. There are leaflets everywhere, and banners, every worker.
Most of the workers probably don't know what that means.
In its defense, another said, demand democracy. Pretty tame stuff compared to every worker a member of the board. Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature of each of the 2,000. Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pine. They're having a blast. But how can they afford it? After 4 months, my assumption was... I'm not sure. Naturally, I assumed that was just their opening position. A hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rag...
Excuse me. From whom did you...
I first heard it from the bowyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, call me Magnard.
This checks out.
There are leaflets
Most of the workers probably...
Fortunately, they explain. Just so you understand, this is... I'm not... And now... I've heard...
This checks out.
The scabs? You mean the huddled If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company...
It's implied. She's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood. He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more... Yes. Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like... It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues. The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. Organized labor at its best.
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened... And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is... Indeed. And a hungry one. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the leech always hungers. I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous...
Disappear?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore, or coming to work. Downright haunting, if you ask me. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
Of course. How else can I help? Quite a few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from and this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, Detective?
Awkwardness washes over the conversation. 'Twas stolen by some artist, surely. Best to pin the blame on them. Everyone knows you can't trust artists.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode? I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please. Oh dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply...
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional.
Of course, I sympathize. But I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement. I mean, favors for favors. Consider this. Perhaps she has been planning it all along. That you convince yourself into colluding with her. Easy. Just offer her a favor. Like I said, nice and dirty.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it.
You're in, but expect her to drive her.
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret the company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stone, or you can recover your badge, though...
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Indirect modes of taxation. Turns out, those Financial Oversight Committee gangsters stuffed millions of hard-earned dividends away in the last place anyone thought to look. The hearts and minds of everyday Rivasholians. You need to spread that deregulation gospel to the people. Tell them about that foreign fair tax. Preach that 98% gross burden. Preach it, preacher man. Set the brothers free. Taxes are racist.
True. Ultra-liberal dialogue options give +1 real. Thinks he's a hustler or something. So I can make money by saying ultra-liberal things. Whatever that means.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective. Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and you know, not volunteer us to be her henchman. This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands. No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we're... What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. but do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done and demand for her information on the lynching. Yes. Knowing this does not really change our position, however. Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters.
The situation might have changed drastically by the time you locate it.
You could request a new one from the station, but that would literally take months.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samar and Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Ingredients for what?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff. Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place in...
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, man. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? So
we're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not... Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dock Workers Union. Still.
The handoff. The motor lorries at the roundabout.
Precisely. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbour into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they're vulnerable. Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment. I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you. We did. On more than one occasion. Apparently, there's some sort of
We know the company has launched its own probe into the Union's alleged involvement. We also know it's come up empty. It's not...
Well, here's your chance, officers. No. We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. This is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed by the Trade Committee, they'll have thousands of litres of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of Revachol. Not the east across the river, but the west. The vulnerable.
Well, at least this...
What is that?
Why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to open a drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first drove in, on my motor carriage.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. This is a unique opportunity. How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves. Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto... Yes? Excellent. According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. Hopefully one of them will know something. It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I can keep the drawbridge up for... In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance. That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question. Better not tie the fourth day to the bat's day on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it? Look at that lady. Take a gander. Squint your eyes, bub. Why, yes. Tucked away under that sturdy green raincoat, while dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes. These are the kind eyes of the rich man that seem to, within reason. Now look at you, you misery-clad simian, barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lakes, a scythe of booze proceed. You're poor, poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too... Maybe you could ask her for some stock tips. That's a maybe. Or a job.
What the fuck? Preach
But
free
you're
market
sure as
for
hell
9
too ashamed
times.
to ask for cash, buddy.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask.
I am sorry. It just doesn't come out of your mouth.
Excuse me?
What you meant to say was...
Why, yes I am. The boat? No. It is called Cultivating 19 because that's the type of sloop it is. It's a pleasure craft. A 19-pacer. It also happens to be rated for my sloop. I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is she thrown off yet? He's looking at the woman, assessing her.
Officer, I assure you I'm...
The crowns of her teeth are porcelain. Qualified pleasure craft operator. So charming. Where's the damn license?
I just renewed its safety inspection last month, officers. It is completely seaworthy. In fact, it's taken part in not one, but 2 insulindic regattas. Even finished once. The other time, I would have finished.
Actually, you don't. The Wayfarer Act specifically denies the RCM the authority to demand anyone's operator license. It's a little-known fact.
The Wayfarer Act is one of the few pieces of legislation governing human interaction It's one of the foundational laws in Revachol, designed to limit the authority of local institutions. It's a law that keeps Revachol what it is, in limbo.
No need to politicize this. You may still ask for the lady's passport.
Of course. Any more questions about the boat, sir? Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around? Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou. I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as... It's for crossing long distances in the greater Revachol in the...
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances.
You need to make this lady admit she's only riding around on this boat. You have the guns and the ammo. Take this Clausen fiend down.
Oh my. The E-word. You mean to say that it's a symbol of conspicuous consumption? That I'm a member of the ruling class?
Detective, may I remind you that Mrs. Messier is a professional negotiator?
Then what does that say? Does it say Docket 33A? This old proletarian haunt here? As I said, plenty of people drive boats, of all social strata.
She takes a sip.
Okay. Of course.
Nothing happens for quite a while.
As they do.
The thoughts happen inside his brain.
It doesn't.
My. It's as if there's a tiny spinner.
Except he isn't.
Of course. Lieutenant, I truly don't understand.
I told you his methods are unconventional.
Your marbles on glass, dear. Don't worry. It was quite a while ago, but I think... Yes, we were discussing my fast, large, ineluctably middle-class boat. Good. Of course, Detective.
Interesting. Rate my morale, but that's okay. I think we're gonna call this a day, just because I've been playing this for long enough. Not really fun content to watch, truth be told, so this might be the last time I play this on stream. Maybe, who knows? Who really gives a fuck though, because no one's watching these, and at the end of the day, I can always just private the video and call it a day. But anyways, 2 a.m. on the dot, essentially. I will see you guys the next time I'm on. Bye-bye!